Alright guys, hey, just real quick, I want to show you how you can build a real fast DIY flight sim helicopter collective out of stuff you probably already have around if you're into sims and stuff. So anyway, I took a racing sim handbrake, and it had a Pro Micro Arduino in it, but the Arduino was bad, so I took a potentiometer out of a sim racing pedals and glued it into one of the existing holes that are inside of this handbrake. I forget where I got this gear at, to tell you the truth. I'm sorry. It's a little flat piece of metal and it's geared, but you can 3D print one. I 3D printed the gear that goes on the potentiometer, and 3D printed these. Basically, it's just a couple of blocks that go through these holes that it's going to sandwich, and it's got a recess in here to hold this rubber. This is just rubber off of you know, the printer, the wheels that feed the paper. That rubber that's on there is really good for this stuff. Ream it out a little bit so to go over the bolt, and then add washers so you can get it stiffer as you want. You know, more tension on the bolt as you want. I'm using a where'd it go? Oh, I'm using a little spring, but washers will work. And all you do is slip your rubber over your bolt that goes through the middle. Slip that over top of it. Split your spring on there too. My holes are a little off here, and you just slip one inside, and then stick your center screw through, or center bolt through the center. And then these go, and the bolts are already there. The holes are already there. Other one right here. It helps if you make your holes big enough to where you don't have to thread them in, but I didn't. There we go. Tolerance is too tight. I do that a lot when I 3D print. I make this stuff exact when really I should make it a little bit big, because you get shrinkage and stuff when you 3D print, and I don't be allowing for that when I need to. More. Still fresh. Do it. 3D printing. I'm getting there though. Just trying to do this real fast. I try to make a big old long video out of it. So anyway, with that spring or washers, what that does is, as you compress, you're squishing that rubber around this bolt here, causing tension, friction. So when you pull it, it will hold its position. You know, up or down, you know what I mean? So what you got to do is take the spring out of the handbrake that will be in it already. Take the spring out of it. And basically, take it apart. Here, see, take your spring out of it, off the shaft that would be inside here. Take that out. You know, basically gut the thing, and then you just take this bolt and put it right back in the center hole that it came out of. I guess once you get this cinched down more. Putting bolts on the back side of these, or nuts on, nuts on the back side of these. Cinch them down. Sandwich it, do it nice and tight, and then that way you can adjust your tension, you know, as you want. Because, you know, you don't, if you got too much tension, you just back them off a little bit. And it's just real quick on something you probably already have laying around the house, you know. And if you have a 3D printer, which most people do nowadays, you're good. All right, and just take your center bolt here, put it right inside this, your action spot where it came out of. It would normally would have started out with a spring around it, and then it was screwed into that block there. Basically, you just took the spring out and you're screwing it back into the block. Okay, you don't want it to go too deep because, yeah, see, you're taking up your travel. You only take it in as far as where it gets you all the way to the back. Okay, yeah, I'm back. I'm bottomed out. All right, cool. And then you can see the whole position. Oh man, I might have to do that differently. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Take it back down a notch. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. See, it holds its position. See, what it is I put, see how I have two different holes here? I put where it raised this whole block up, and now it's riding on my gear a little bit. So I just need to redo it, take it back apart, and flip it around. Yeah, I mismeasured when I was designing these blocks, and ended up with two different size hole directions and positions. And one of them, to go with the way I did it, it raises the block up, which in some cases you might need. But in this case, I need it down lower because it's riding on my potentiometer is dragging on my gear right now without the gear on it, so it's not gonna work. So, try it again. Take your first block with your center bolt, center shaft, rubber, and washers or spring. Stick one inside your other block inside here. See, there's a block you're gonna be screwing it into. It's basically just your action arm, your action block. Take this in here, put this one in here, through your center hole. And say I want them together, giving you your tension, friction, whatever you want to call it, on your center shaft. And sorry, this is a crappy video, but like I said, I didn't prepare for that. I just wanted to do something really quick, show you guys. It's really easy, concept. I just racked my brain for a while, man. Thinking, man, it's got to be an easy way to do this. And all you got to do, basically, the best way to do it would be to get one of them little gas shocks, little dampener for like motorcycle handlebars and things like that. That's the best thing to get. But for something you just might probably have laying around the house, this is probably pretty as good as it gets. Make this in what, 30 minutes, probably. Without having to redesign the whole thing, reinvent the wheel. You already have basically the whole unit here with a handbrake. You just need to find a way for it to hold its position. Well, that's what we're doing with the rubber and the springs and these blocks. I do got to admit that I do have to put quite a bit of pressure on the center shaft. Well, I also put NECs on the shaft too, which I may not have needed to, because I'm having to put quite a bit of pressure on that center shaft in order to get it to hold its position. It would definitely, over time, sitting with like this, it would slowly close. But no problem. That's what the spring is for, or spacers, whatever you're gonna put in there. That's what those are for. Or if your rubber is big enough, put two rubbers in there if you want. But it wouldn't hold two full-size ones, so this was where we're going. All right, so we're together. Put our gear on our potentiometer. Make sure we're right. So let's see. If I'm pulling it this way, it would be all the way that way. All right, we're good. So the gear on. Gear's on. Oh, man, I just split it. I'm going to have to 3D print another one. But anyway, as you can see, position held. See how it's just slowly drifting? So, in that case, you just tighten these up. Get some more squish on the rubber. Obviously, you don't want to go too much, or you're gonna have a hell of a time pulling it. But you know, and it's drifting again. Is it? No. Yeah, see, any C's on the shaft may not be a good idea because it's too easily to be moved. So let's squish that some more. In hindsight, I wouldn't put anything on the shaft, because I shouldn't have to tighten that up that much. And in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't be using that spring because it's giving too much. It's adding too much give. Maybe I should just be using some rigid washers. Oh yeah, we got it now. So there we go. Quick little. Then you hook it up to an Arduino. I'm not gonna go through that. We all know how to do that. And then your signal from your potentiometer will be your throttle. Up and down, you know, that's throttle off. Pull it up a little bit. Throttle on, halfway, full way, you know what I mean? It's not perfect, but it should give you every bit as much travel as a racing pedal or so would have, and I think you should probably get every bit of the throttle on a helicopter. I haven't tried it yet, so. But there you go.